Hi everyone, come get ready with me. Tomorrow is my birthday, but the celebration, well, it's been going on all month because I'm a little extra. But my son is going to dinner with me tonight, and then I have siblings tomorrow celebrating with me, and then my daughter on Sunday. So it's just going to be a great weekend to turn 68. Hi, I'm Peggy, and I am your Seint makeup artist. Seint is a cream makeup that uses 3 shades and a Lip&Cheek to start to create one layer of makeup. It's not going to settle into these fine lines and wrinkles, and you see this rosacea, I am having a flare-up. I don't know what's going on with my skin. I'm not doing anything different, but I'm definitely having a flare-up. So I've brought out my palette 12, and I'm going to just show you what I'm going to do first to kind of calm down this redness. I'm going to use this shade called Sunlit, and I'm just going to tap it first before I do anything else on this redness and see if we can kind of get this to settle down some. It's cream, so it's warming to the temperature of my skin. And again, my nose is like I am just red everywhere. So I'm just going to stipple this in. And as you can see, it is doing a better job at calming down the redness, okay? I'm nowhere near as red as I was. So I'm going to use that as a base. Normally, you wouldn't need a base unless you were trying to camouflage like a melasma. Then you would want to go with a different shade. You wouldn't want to go with something quite this yellow. But the yellowness has really calmed down the redness of my rosacea flare-up. So let's get started. Seint uses 3 shades to create one layer of makeup. These 3 shades will be your foundation, what is in that one bottle. You're not going to need to buy a concealer. You're not going to need to buy all the other things, and you're not going to layer and layer and layer it on your face. Now, let me get these bangs out of the way and we'll get started. My contour shade is what I start with, and it is a shade called Shadow. It is a cool shade. It's a dark shade, darker than anything I have ever put on my face before. The first time I used it, was I a little bit nervous? Absolutely. I was scared to death because I was like, this, it looks like I'm putting dirt on my face. What contour does is it gives your face depth and definition. Feel for that cheekbone, and we're going to start right about the corner of my eye and go up towards the top part of my ear. Now, the beauty of this is it's going to frame my face and it's going to lift my cheeks. That's why we are feeling for that cheekbone, starting right about the corner of the eye and going up towards the top part of the ear. Now, this right here is natural shadows. I have it on both sides from weight loss. What can I do about that? Pretty much nothing. So it's either have a nice round full face or be healthy, and that's what your face looks like. So anyway, what we're going to do is continue with the contour framing the face. I'm going to start on the jawbone, right on that jowl, and go up towards the bottom part of my ear. Again, right on that little puffy part or fatty part of the jowl and go up towards my ear. Now, you don't want to come up on your face and you don't want to go too far on your neck. Now, see these 2 divots that those jowls create? I'm just going to connect those bad boys. There we go. That creates a shadow to where you don't notice my turkey neck as much. Now, we're going to put a little bit of contour on my pinky. I'm going to rub them together, have them so they're touching, and drag them right down the top part of my nose. What are we doing? We are contouring my nose, which is already making it look a little bit more elongated and also just a little bit narrower. This makeup makes it look like you. You don't have to look like you have a mask on. It's not going to get chalky like liquids and powders do. It's going to be you, only a little bit better. So we've already camouflaged the redness for my rosacea, but I'm going to come now and I am going to brighten the parts of my face that I want to highlight. It's like a focal point. It's kind of like your brightener is a highlight, and it's kind of like a concealer and kind of not. What we're going to do is do the center of the face. I like to use the arch of my eyebrow as like a little line across and then come down. I'm going to tap into my brightening shade, and again, this is a highlight, and come right down the center of my nose. Notice how this is it made it so much narrower and so much more appeasing to me. We're going to highlight the Cupid's bow and also the center of the chin. Now, we also want to bring attention to the eyes. No one has ugly eyes, so what we're going to do is come to the outer corner. We're not going to put it underneath, and then I'm going to just draw like a diagonal line up into my temple. What I'm doing, did you notice? Look at this side and look at this side. We're lifting the eye. That's where we want the eye to go when someone looks at us. So we are just lifting by creating a focal point right up into the temple and giving that eye just a little bit more of a lift. Now, we're going to also highlight the inner part of the eye. Notice I'm not going underneath the eye. I have crepe skin under there. So I don't want to go crazy and have anything under there to accentuate the crepe skin. However, I do want the softness under there. So we're going to take care of that when we blend. Also, if you have really deep marionette lines, that's a fold. Where we created shadows using our darker shade, we can take that shadow away by just tapping into that fold and brightening it just a little bit, which is going to take the shadow away. It'll still be there, but where you aren't going to notice it quite as much. There we go. Okay, now, what am I doing with the rest of it? The rest of it is going to be my main shade. My main shade is the shade that is closest to the color of my natural skin tone. So that's going to go in the bearded area. Again, with cream makeup, less is more. The less you use, the better off you are. And we're just going to put that in the areas where I don't have any other makeup. I like to think of the main shade as sort of a filler shade because, again, it just goes where there's no makeup there. There we go. So you see, we have our contour shade, we have our main shade, and then our brightening shade. So easy. So these three shades are creating that one layer of makeup, and these three shades are our foundation. Now, I love the corals and the oranges and things, so Sandstone is one of my favorite shades. And it is a lip and a cheek. Yes, it is blush and it is lipstick. Okay, there we go. And again, we have pinks, we have reds. If you are not an orangey, earth tony type girl like me, that's fine. We have a shade for you. Now the blush is going to go right above that contour line that we did, and underneath it's going to go in between the focal point and the contour that we put up there. So see, you're making a map for your face, not even realizing it. We're done with placement. Now comes the blending. Now, cream makeup does need to be set. You can do it in one of two ways. You can either use a setting spray or you can use a setting powder. I like to blend with a damp brush. That's just me. You can blend with a dry brush if you like. I prefer a damp one. And I also like to set as I blend. So I am going to start at my jawline where that contour was. And I'm just going to circle, blend it around that jaw, and then drag it down my face. Just drag it down the neck. Now, this is the only time you want to blend down. Especially if you have mature skin, you want to blend up because we want everything to be lifted. So now we're going to start right at the bearded area, and we're just going to stipple. Stippling is gently tapping and pressing this makeup into your skin to where it's going to wear like a second skin, and you're putting it exactly where you want it to go and where you want it to stay. Now notice I am not doing like we were taught years ago to just go to town and just circle, circle, circle and brush, 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 swipe, swipe, swipe. I'm just stippling. I'm also leaving these shades in their own zone because you want them to stay strategic. We strategically placed them, so we want them to stay in that strategic place. Now, you don't want to blend a whole lot, especially on your nose, because we took the time to contour it. See how the shadow is still there, but it's soft. That's what we're looking for, is a soft blend. Now we're going to jump up here and catch this forehead, and I'm just going to do some little circle blending. Then I'm going to catch this contour up here and just circle blend this up into my hairline. There we go. Get it all up in there. And just what we're doing, we want to keep the shadow there. So you see how this makes my forehead not look quite so high. I have my face framed, and now I am ready to do the eyes. So we're going to start at this little focal point, and we're just going to tap. I flipped my brush around to the domed in, and we're just going to tap this brightener to where the least little bit of product goes under my eyes. See how it's not settling into any of these lines and wrinkles that I have. Again, I'll be 68 tomorrow. Now, the only thing left for us to do are these cheeks. I always do my cheeks last. So we're going to stipple up and down on that contour shade. Then we're going to grab it with my Lip&Cheek and go up into the temple. There we go. See how this is a soft blend? The shadow is still there, but it's not the harsh line like we have over here. That's what we're looking for with a soft blend. Here we go, up and down twice on that contour line, and then grab it with the Lip&Cheek and just stipple it up into the temple. There we go. Okay, I am done. Full face of makeup in 5 minutes or less using 4 products. That's it, 4 shades. A contour, 2 highlights, a brightening highlight and a main highlight, and a Lip&Cheek. There you go. What could be easier? Nothing that I have found on the market. Nothing that lays as well as Seint does. Seint, again, is a cream makeup. And you need to start just 4 shades and a brush. I would also get a larger palette rather than just the 4 because you're going to want room for growth. Almost everyone does. How do you get started with Seint? That is such an easy question. You need a color match. I would love to color match you, and what you need to do is send me a makeup-free selfie. You need to request the link. Either when I get off of here and it posts to my page, comment link, or where the little thing is on the side of the video, comment link, and I will send you the link for your color match. Your color match is totally free and no obligation to buy whatsoever. The other thing, Seint has a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you aren't 100% satisfied, Seint will mail it back and Seint will refund your money. So what do you have to lose? Thank you so much for joining me today and getting ready for the start of my birthday weekend. And you be the reason someone smiles today. And I'll see you again next time. Thank you so much. Bye.